DICE has unveiled Battlefield 2042's Season 4 11th hour trailer, showcasing the new map Flashpoint, the new specialist with anti-lock-on technology, a new vehicle, and a bunch of pretty cool looking new weapons. Let's get into it, starting off with the map. Yesterday I got to see some behind the scenes footage thanks to EA, which revealed some additional information about the map layout. Flashpoint takes place in the desert mountains of South Africa. It's an abandoned development complex featuring an environment geared toward infantry combat. Rugged hills and narrow roads seem like it'll be difficult for vehicles to get around easily and will most likely give infantry an uphill advantage. That said, air power is still present here, so it doesn't look like they're going to have free reign. The map is extremely linear in design and seems like it could be a fantastic experience on modes like Breakthrough. Many of the capture points feature focused indoor action spots, including a reactor and underground tunnel area. The cluster of objectives at the center of the map seem like where most of the fighting is going to take place. D1 features a massive hole in the surface of the map, leading to an underground facility. In addition to the infantry paths that we see, vehicles can also access it via a vehicle elevator and of course by driving or getting dropped through the hole. Initial speculation based on the concept art and DICE's teasers about the map suggested it could be sort of a Metro-style linear combat zone, but it seems like more of an open kill zone design to pit vehicles and players in direct combat against each other. Now, the E1 flag on the map might offer more destruction than we've been used to with 2042. The narrator mentions that the building could come crashing down on you at this location. 2042's building destruction has been fairly minimal, generally just with the ability to knock out walls but not actually bring buildings crumbling down. Maybe this is finally changing with Flashpoint. The F1 flag is another interior space that seems designed entirely around infantry combat. DICE says the area is designed with TDM gameplay in mind, and it's also cut off from vehicles. Surrounding these key points is rough desert terrain that gives infantry several flanking routes while shielding them from vehicles. A1, B1, and G1 seem like they'll be more of a fight between infantry and vehicles, and certainly snipers since there's a lot of wide open and high vantage points. Overall, the map looks good, but as always, it's hard to know from a trailer. Visually, it's kind of bland, but then again, so are some of my favorite maps in the franchise. It should also be noted that there is a sneak peek of the discarded rework here in the video. Although it's tough to tell from a few seconds of footage, it does look far more like a giant junkyard compared to before. Lots of new cover and debris should hopefully make that map more enjoyable for infantry. Now, normally I would save news on new vehicles for the last bit of the video as they tend not to excite me as much, but the CAV-Brawler brings back that classic APC design that I've enjoyed from past titles, and this time around it has some cool features like the ability to pop out the back hatch to fire rockets, your normal weapons, or even repair the vehicle without needing to actually get out. You can also spawn on the vehicle while the seats are full, and it has a threat detection system which is supposed to highlight where you're being attacked from. I'm very curious to see how this vehicle plays out. It seems like it's going to be a very powerful anti-infantry vehicle. Now let's talk about the new specialist Camila Blasco. She's a recon specialist and will be the game's final specialist. Her class gadget is the X6 infiltration device. When placed, it jams enemy lock-ons, it blocks hacks, and reveals hostile gadgets in a medium-sized radius around the device. The gameplay shows the jammer preventing a javelin from locking onto a vehicle driving next to it. It's unclear if you'll actually be able to place the jammer on a vehicle, but it seems kind of unlikely. Camila's trait is also pretty interesting. She won't appear on motion sensing gadgets like the tugs or sensor balls, and she also won't be spotted or auto-targeted from the sentry drone. Now, before the class rework, this would have been a very powerful trait since everyone had motion sensors, but now that they're limited to the recon class characters only, there's going to be a lot less of them on the battlefield. In general though, I really do like the idea of intel or electronic warfare. It's hard to know if her jamming equipment will be highly sought after though. Jets, javelins, Sundance grenades, and maybe a handful of other things give you lock-ons in this game, so I think the range of its effectiveness may actually play a big role in just how often her gadget is used. Can a single jammer protect a point or just a small area? We'll certainly find out soon. Alright, let's move on to the new guns and gadget. First, we have the Super 500, a pump-action shotgun sidearm. It has a very short range, but seems like it offers a potential one-shot kill in that range. It's unlocked at tier 34 on the battle pass. Now, the new RM-68 assault rifle comes with a built-in silencer and canted iron sights. DICE says it has a unique muzzle device, but they didn't really detail what its capabilities are, just that it can kind of adapt to many situations. Now, the AC-9 SMG is a pocket-sized, high rate of fire hipfire machine that seems to have 28 or 29 rounds in a magazine, though we haven't seen what any sort of extended mags or drum mags might do. And then there's the RPT-31 LMG, a belt-fed, low rate of fire but high damage machine gun with fast bullet speed for gunning down medium to long range targets. These new guns actually look like a lot of fun, and they do bring a bunch of variety to the weapon lineup. The sidearm shotgun sounds like a blast, pun intended. The new assault rifle with the custom suppressor and canted iron sights also looks like it could be really cool and super adaptable. The new LMG with the slow rate of fire and heavy hitting rounds looks cool and like a nice change of pace if you've been using the Avances all day. DICE are also adding one new gadget with this update, the SPH explosive launcher. It fires 2 shots that stick to targets and explode on a timer, and it's effective against infantry. It'll be unlocked at tier 16 on the battle pass and is shown in the trailer as even blowing open walls to give you a different approach. Now, we're getting 2 new vault weapons at the start of Season 4 and likely several more as Season 4 progresses. We're getting the SVD, a classic semi-auto sniper with a 10-round magazine and high magnification scope. We're also getting the Type 88 LMG from Battlefield 3. Now, of course, the Battle Pass is a bit more standard fare, but that is fine by me as I think the Battle Pass has generally been pretty good. There's going to be 100 levels to progress through, tons of new cosmetics, and if you save all your currency that you make from completing it, you'll be able to buy Season 5 with that currency. And this actually sounds pretty great and a nice way to reward dedicated players. I do hope that at least the map from Season 5 is available to everyone regardless of whether or not they've unlocked Season 5 to avoid splitting the player base. Now, in general, the trailer's pretty cool. Perhaps not as cool as the one showcasing Spearhead, as it just doesn't really embody the super futuristic feeling, and the vehicle isn't quite as sci-fi as the railgun tank either. But it does look like a solid addition that should take advantage of all the upgrades that the game has seen since launch. Now, of course, we knew that there was only going to be a single new map with Season 4, but it's still one of those sticking points for me. Flashpoint does look like a good map, but on its own it feels a little underwhelming, where a pack of 2 to 4 maps set in South Africa would have been far more exciting. Heck, even 2 new maps would take the new content much further. Regardless though, I am excited to play the new content, and I think Battlefield has generally been a lot more enjoyable as of late. I'm really happy about the unlock approach that they're taking for Season 5, and I hope it yields good enough results to continue releasing and making new content for the game. What do you guys think about the new trailer and the upcoming content? Let me know in the comments, and check out my video reviewing the latest 3.2 class update and how it's changed Battlefield 2042. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.